This situation you have, it sounds like an easy way to keep a car and a loft versus getting out there and hustle and get it yourself and take care of yourself and have your man take care of you as it should be. I think you're defending your point as best as you can, but I really don't think that you believe that this is right. The right way that I don't think you'd want your son doing this.
I think it would be honorable if he did it for 3 months. And like I said, 3 months is
honorable. You keep saying honorable as if a man doesn't. Honorable doesn't mean foolish, man. Where's your honor? Where's your honor as a woman to say this is not right to take from a man when I'm with another man? Where's your honor as a woman?
I don't know. That's why I'm the voice of the city girls, the pretty.
Evidence presented against Sandy to convict her on the 6 counts of deprivation of parental rights. Sandy no longer understands what it means to be a parent, and therefore I do not believe she understands what she took from me, or more importantly, our children. To this day, I still do not understand why Sandy thought complete annihilation of our family was a good plan. She needed to first destroy me, the father of her children. In order to do so, she used our children, not appreciating that she was destroying them in the process. As to the long-term effect, what you did to our children, this will take them years, if not a lifetime, to comprehend the trauma and the pain you inflicted upon them. But sadly, our kids may be haunted for this the rest of their lives and will possibly never understand why their mother didn't just let them have the love and support of both their parents. You stole 2.5 years of their childhood from them. Time they'll never get back. Time will never get back. For 944 days, 2 of my kids were away from those who loved them the most. They were living in a desolate part of Minnesota with complete strangers. They didn't see a doctor, they didn't go to school, they didn't see any of their friends, and they didn't see any of their family. One of the worst days during this 944 days my girls were missing is when Trish Van Pilsen from Fox 9 showed up uninvited to my home. My daughters had been missing for 10 days. And law enforcement was working with me and my family to help find them. At the end of the interview, Van Pilsen told me that she had interviewed the missing girls but she refused to share the information on the location with me and law enforcement. She left me helpless.
But I'd rather make a video and be more direct. I just got off the phone with one of my male friends, and he's like really torn up about a situation he has going on with his baby mom and her not letting him see his daughter because he just recently broke up with her. It's something just kind of wanted to say my point of view of it. I know a lot of females who are doing this currently as we speak, which is keeping their children away from their father because they don't want to have anything to do with them. And I think it's really childish, it's really stupid, and it's really pointless. Like, it's not going to get him back, and even if he does come back, it's only for his child. It's not real. The feelings from him to you is not going to be real because he's just there because he have to be, for his child. I just feel if you have a stand-up guy who is trying to be there for his child, do what he needs to for them, be a part of their life, let him do that. I mean, it sucks to not be wanted by the one you want. And I know it hurts bad, but y'all females can't be using these children against their father like that. I mean, you can't hold them back. You're making them miss out on their child's childhood, and you're stealing the opportunity from your children to get to know their father or, spend time with him because you're being selfish. And it's like, you should be lucky that you have.
Now, you didn't grow up with your daddy, did you? Your daddy passed away when you was about 9 years old. 9, 10. And you think you made it. You was like, oh, I came out right. Even though I didn't have a daddy, you didn't come out right. You came out fucked up.
A stand-up guy who's trying to take care of his child and trying to help you out financially, being there for them emotionally. Because we have a lot of deadbeats out here, which a lot of us single moms, have to unfortunately deal with. And you have a guy who's willing to be there for your child, and you're not letting him do that. It's just stupid. It's like, quit being an ass. Don't be a bitch about it. Like I said, eventually you just have to learn to just move on and let this man take care of his child. Sometimes you just have to look in the mirror and say to yourself, I need to get over him. I need to grow the fuck up, and I need to let this man take care of his child. I mean, it pisses me off because I see it on the daily. These girls who, you can't see your son or you can't see your daughter because, you don't want me, or you're not about to have him or her around your other bitches. And, it's just like seriously, at the end of the day, you are really, I mean, you're hurting the dad, but you are really hurting your child because he's or she's missing out on what it's like to feel that 100% love from their father. And at the end of the day, the tables are going to turn. Believe it or not, your child is going to grow older enough to understand, and they're going to want to know, well, why wasn't I able to spend that certain quality time with my father throughout my childhood? And it's not like, oh, it's because he didn't want to be around. No, he wanted to be around. It's just my mom didn't let me be around him.
But any involvement in the family court is aware that one of the most devastating issues we face is that of parental alienation. The definition of alienation is to make hostile where previous friendship had existed. Experts have devoted considerable scholarship and research to this topic because it is one of the most difficult problems to address. Parents alienate their children from the other parent by aligning with them, sharing information which is often biased and untrue with the children for the sole purpose of having the child reject the other parent. The judicial system has very few tools to fix this problem, especially with adolescents who are taking positions based on the emotional burden placed on them by a parent. To say that they want to see one parent would place them in direct opposition to the other parent who has convinced them that that parent they want to see is the enemy. While this court's remedy in this particular situation may seem drastic and offensive, so too is the notion that children have been convinced that the only way to maintain a stable and loving connection with the mother is to vilify and reject a father. The court agrees that placement in Mandy's place is not ideal. However, the court's primary concern is the best interest of these children. The decision was made so they could be put in a setting where they would not be emotionally manipulated and pressured to love one parent and hate the other, where they will receive counseling, support, and comfort in a safe place, where the message is that it's okay to love both their mother and their father. It was also a remedy the court took after 5 years of litigation and orders designed to foster a relationship with both parents. In the 5 years this case has been ongoing, the court has received no credible evidence that father has done anything to negatively affect the mental, physical, or emotional health of these children. In fact, this father has moved mountains to be able to be part of his children's lives.
I firmly believe that mother believes that it is appropriate behavior of these children to react this way to adults and to the father. I think she sees there's no issue with it whatsoever and not a problem. She supports it. This is part of the problems with these kids. I think the damage is so severe. It's very sad. Very, very sad. A year ago, when we came before this court, and the court finally had a chance to see it, that when those kids were outside, you had no less than 6 deputies. Those children huddled together, tapping their feet, sending messages to themselves. They wouldn't even talk to a deputy with a gun. Mother did nothing. An hour went by, all these deputies. Your friend of the court counselor. The behaviors were frightening. It doesn't take a PhD to figure out that there's something wrong going on with these children as it relates to their father. But how children talk to you, talk to the family counselor, forget me, talk to sheriffs, unbelievable.
Why do some of you feel the need to keep your child away from his or her father just because you and the dad are on bad terms? That shit crazy as fuck to me. Like, what do you gain from keeping your child away from their father? And who gave you that right to keep the child away from a person who helped create them? Now, don't get me wrong. If the child isn't worthy, if the child's father isn't worthy enough, and if he's doing shit that's gonna cause pain to the child, then yeah, you got every right to. But I'm not speaking to these ladies. I'm speaking to the ladies who do shit out of spite. You mad because he done moved on, or he can't provide for the child in the way that you would like for him to provide for. So you keep him away from the child because he can't provide for the child the way that you would like for him to provide, but he can provide for the child the way that he can. That shit is crazy. And not only are you hurting the child's father, you're hurting the child as well. Fathers are very important to the child just as much as mothers. They need both. It's balance. And the moment we start keeping our children away from their fathers, we cause a lot of mental imbalances within these kids, and then they grow up and then they be having all this chaotic energy, and they don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from you, mama. You kept them away from their father. That shit ain't healthy. It's nothing normal about that. I don't give a fuck what you and this man got going on. If he's a good father, and if he's trying, he should be able to see his child, and you really don't even have no fucking right to keep a child away from his father. I don't give a fuck who you are. Daddy is just as important as mom. So women, we got to stop thinking just because we have a fucking pussy that shit gives us power. If you really, really, really love your child, you will never keep them away from their father. Unless the father is bringing pain and physical harm to the child, then like I said, it's a whole different fucking story.
I have lived through this. I know a bitch who ain't shit when I'm around her and shit. How the fuck you mad at a nigga because he brought up his wife? Bitches be like, don't be saying stuff like that. Yeah, bitch, what are you talking about? I'm still married, bitch. Let me run this, bitch. Just do what I say. You want an outfit, don't you? Well, shut the fuck up. I don't know. I get to carrying on. I don't mean no harm. All you girls out there, I want y'all to find a way to get up out of the jam you've been in. I want every woman out there to look at your mama and realize that is not what you want to be. I'm not saying don't love your mama. Just look it up. That's what happens when you do what you want to do.